Good afternoon, people. How's everyone doing today? We're on another episode. We missed last week due to Mother's Day. Sorry, we're running a little bit late, but kids are graduating. We have commencement. We have a lot of things going on, and we just at school. So I had a busy day today at work. So running a little bit behind. Running a little bit behind. Yeah, those were the words I wanted to get out. Let's get Shelton in here real quick. Boom, boom, and while Shelton is jumping in, just want to let everybody know, Tink is doing great. Um, Here he is. Yo, yo, what up, what up?
What's up, peeps? What's going on? How's everything?
Uh, how are you doing today, man?
Good, man. I'm stoked, man. Just came from outside. It's pretty nice out. Wasn't as warm as I had anticipated, but can't complain. It wasn't that bad.
Well,
How's
I didn't get to
everything with you, man?
I didn't get to enjoy much of the day. I was at work. But yeah, so far, everything is going well. You see the new guys in the tank right here.
It's a little bit out of frame.
There's one. He knew
Oh,
the
there he is. There
yeah,
he is, yeah. Good seeing
he
him.
knew the assignment, so he swam right in. So yeah, how's everything?
Man, it's going okay. Tank's doing well. Um, did a little water change. Um, Everything's looking beautiful. I had one of my frag tanks was like completely filled with green algae, dude. Like it was ridiculous. It's like the third time of me restarting that frag tank.
And just
Empty.
because green.
I don't know what it is. The one above it is just one shot, and things are amazing. Things are growing, and I have one below it. I don't know. It's like this is like the fourth time I'm restarting this tank because I had to completely empty it out and scrub it and make sure that whatever
You
algae or
usually they say the third time is the charm, but you're going on the fourth, you said, so I don't know. Third is the charm, fourth is the
listen, it's past charm right now. It's at handsome right now, man. It's at it's a good charm, man. Oh
yeah.
man, this is going well.
I,
It's going good. Is Aziz logging in? Did we get Aziz? Did we?
yeah, yeah. Can you pull him in, or do I have to? Is he on?
I think you started the.
Yeah, but is he?
We'll have to do that.
Usually, I'll see when he pops up.
Yeah,
And
it's okay though. I'll send him a message, see if he jumps in. But either way, so last week we weren't able to meet up. It was Mother's Day weekend, and we saw it fit to kind of just have everyone spend time with their moms and wives and everyone that's a motherly figure. And
it's
let's just we did
time when we're dealing with the tanks, so that's
actually, yeah. We didn't want them to blame us and say, yeah, it was hidden gems. That's why I didn't why I didn't spend time with my loved one. So it's out of respect we made sure we left that left that time
exactly.
available for you guys to spend out with your family. So hope every mom, all the moms that are with us and part of the group and all your wives and moms and everyone and baby moms and all that, everyone had a wonderful Mother's Day. So or belated Mother's Day. Um,
So
what's the topic of today, Rox? What's the topic of today?
so today we're going with a lot of the times I notice, especially like lately, a lot of people are coming out of the hobby. For some reason or another, there's like a lot of people jumping out of the hobby, and I don't understand why. I mean, everyone has their reasons, but I mean, I think I'm just as busy as the next guy. I
Mhm.
have a wife. We've been together for 18 years. I
Mhm.
have um, three boys, which one is old and he's out. Then I have one who's on his way out, and then I have a younger one who's 15. He's the baby, and then grandkids. I have all of that. I have a full-time job, plus I have freelance work that I do. I go out and do a lot of freelance work on the weekends, and I also have, a life where I do go out. My wife loves to go out. That's her thing. My wife, if it was up to my wife, we would go out every day to eat. So I don't understand. Oh, that Bobby. I don't understand why so many people are coming out of the hobby. I travel a lot also. Like I go places, do things, and I just don't understand. What's the reason why everyone is leaving? What's the problem? What is it? So we do have a friend of ours, Bobby. He just got out of the hobby. He broke his tank down, and he has his reasons why. Um, but I call him a quitter. That's what I call him, quitter. And we don't quit in this hobby. You know, I mean, we do know a lot of people take long breaks, but we don't quit. Go smaller, do something, try something else, but we don't quit. And I noticed even another friend, Mike Moto, he's quitting also. I just see he posted his tank. So I'm wondering what is the reason behind it? Why everyone is jumping out? This is a great hobby. And it's like once you love it, it's hard for you to get out of it. So I don't know. What do you think? What's the reason? If you were to leave this hobby, what would be that one reason, Shelton?
Death. It would be.
That's it.
It'd be.
I'm waiting for more.
I'd have to die. I'd have to die, or
More.
I'd be a paraplegic. I'd have to be like completely unable to move any of my limbs, and like if I could move one finger, I'm still in. I'm still in the hobby with one finger. All right, I'd have to be able to not be able to move any part of my body, um, for me to quit. No, I'm a joker, guys. But seriously though, I do empathize with people that um quit, the hobby, or leave. Like, let's just say leave the hobby, right? Because I don't want anyone feeling really bad.
Yeah.
They already feel bad leaving. So, but why do people leave? There's so many reasons why. Um, and we're gonna go through the list. But for me, what would take for me to leave? It would take a detriment of me not having access to a facility where I could keep a tank. I had a tank while I was in college. I wasn't even able to do so. I was hiding my fish tank while I was in my dorm room. That's how much I love fish, right? So it's really it's a part of me. It's like I remember one of our friends said it's a lifestyle, and we've been it kind of stuck with us when he said that because we're like, dude, you just hit it the nail on the head. It's not so much a hobby. Reefing and part of aquatic life, it's a lifestyle. So whether you're just like doing just fish, and whether you're doing mixed reef or just corals alone, or you're doing brackish, whatever it is, once you're into aquatic life, it's a part of you, because it's not like you're in and you're out. It's not something that you do when you feel like it. It's an obligation that you have. So the tanks, they don't care if you're in the mood or not. They need servicing. Okay, so you need to change your filters. You need to do all the list of things that we need to do. They need to be done, whether you're in the mood or not. So a hobby is something you kind of like dabble in and out when you feel like it. All right, and that's the misconception where we call it a hobby, but it's more than that. So I just want us to remember that as well. That we have obligations as reefers. Hey, look at this guy right here. Huh? Huh? Look at that mug right there. What's going on, dude? What's up, man?
But and Aziz is a newcomer in the hobby, and he started out with a 7.5 gallon, I think it was, and he jumped up to a 20 right now. And I mean, I'm just trying to understand what it is, why people are quitting. Aziz, you just started the hobby. What would be a reason right now that you would say, I just started, but this is one of the reasons why I would quit? What would that be?
I would say it'll be a mix of me being bored and having to wait such a long time for things to grow out. I like to try a lot of different things. I like cars, I like planes, I like music, and having not having enough time to commit to, being good at one specific hobby or investing a lot of my money into one hobby is a reason why I would leave. But, you know, like all hobbies, cost money most of the time. So I know a lot of people talk about cost being one thing, but for me, I just feel like if we're gonna if it's a hobby, it's usually gonna cost money anyway. So a cost for this specific hobby is not something that's really detrimental to me. It's just more of me no longer being interested in learning new things or waiting
But
for things to
I
grow.
get what you're saying, cost, but with cost, I mean, just like any other hobby, just like anything else, you have budget. You get what I'm saying? You have a budget. If you say, okay, this is my budget and that's what I'm sticking with, you have amazing corals that don't cost an arm and a leg.
Mm.
You have great equipment that don't cost an arm and a leg. So I don't think cost should be a reason because I mean, a lot of my stuff when I first started out, a lot of my equipment I jumped on Facebook Marketplace, Reef to Reef, Manhattan Reefs, Boston Reefers. I jumped on all of these different places and bought stuff for almost nothing. You know, I wouldn't say almost nothing, but used items that were in great condition and they were great. I didn't buy them brand new and they still work great to this day. So I I don't know if it's cost. All right, so we do have someone. Let's invite him in. Go ahead. Go ahead. You
All
can
right.
say.
So yeah, while you invite him in, I think when we say the cost though, um, it does cost for the hobby, and we can go around it too because again, like Rock said, you can go a more economical route, getting things on deal, buying things that are not so expensive. I think it's the loss in terms of cost. It's the loss of the value of things that sometimes it's the hurt that gets someone. It's really disheartening. And I think Chris Lazarco, he said it as well, that it's disheartening. When you lose things, it doesn't matter what it is. Sometimes you do look at the value of it to some degree and say, wow, man, I lost this colony, I lost this, I lost that. So even if you started out with it really cheap, sometimes just losing things, it kind of hurts. And then you're like, I don't want to go back through this again. And for me, I can only speak for me and how I feel and what it means to me. And I know with some people, it's if they lose things, they're just like, all right, I'm done. I don't want to go through this again. Hey, here he is. How you doing?
Aziz, that's Bobby. Bobby, Aziz is down here, down there.
Yeah.
There's no tank right here no more, man. The tank's broken down.
Bobby just quit the hobby because he's a quitter. Like I said, quitter.
Nah, listen. I had okay. So this was a situation.
Yep, let's hear it.
So I had the 35 running. That was my first tank. That was like 3 years ago. I
Yep.
had the 35 running. I had no issues, none at all. Everything was so simple, hang on the backs, all that. You mean skimmers, all that. Simple. As soon as I jumped over to that 125,
Were those equipment expensive, like the hang on and all that
cheap
stuff,
as hell,
compared to other?
cheap as hell, cheap as hell, cheap as hell.
Like I said,
The,
go ahead.
the minute I start dipping into apexes and all this shit, money just keeps getting thrown away, thrown away, thrown away. Yes, the tank is looking better, but I think we can still achieve the same exact goal without all of that. Um, I definitely think I think the more that you put into the tank, the crazier it starts to get. Like it starts to get out of control, and you know, now sitting here putting the money towards the apex, and you're putting the money towards these reagents, and then if those mess up, you mean everything just starts tumbling downhill. You mean once one thing messes up, now everything starts going downhill.
So,
If your apex messes up, let's say,
yeah.
now your pH is down. You don't know what your pH is. Your calcium reactor, if it's hooked up to that, you know what I mean? You don't know what's going on with that. You don't know what your alkalinity. You know what I mean? It's a lot to start to go downhill. But the reason I gave up because it was after the 35, I put it at 125. Um, I bought. I wouldn't. I'm not gonna say where I bought the fish from. But I bought a fish from a local fish store, and I caught like velvet. Wiped out the tank like week and a half. 7 fish is gone. One fallow for about 90 days. Corals, everything were straight. One fallow for about 90 days. Started dumping fish into the tank again. Everything was going good. I personally, I could have looked for what was the problem in all honesty, and I gave up. I could have looked for, but I didn't want, that's my thing. I felt like if I was to search for what was the problem, there was 14 fishes in the tank. Within like 2 months, 2.5 months, I dropped like 14 fishes into the tank. I think if I searched for the problem, I honestly, I think I would have stood in hobby.
Why didn't you
But
search them? What was the reason?
because I didn't want to. In all honesty, like I really, it's not that I didn't want to. I just didn't want to search and shit starts dying. You know what I mean? Everything starts dying. You know what I mean? Left and right, this and that. I just didn't want to go through that. So I just kind of gave up all the fish. Sold them for, you know what I mean? Try to get back as much as I can out of them. And out of 14 fishes, it wasn't too bad. I think in total, I think four, maybe pushing it, 5 fishes died.
Okay.
So it was something that was going on. But then when I took down the whole tank and broke everything apart, the tank's actually still it's in my garage right now. Once I took everything apart, I started getting rid of some, all livestock. Once I took everything apart, something seemed real weird that was very, very weird. So my UV sterilizer, here's this, my UV sterilizer. So we're picking it up, and the UV still stuck onto the frame to like, you know what I mean, the fish stand. My UV sterilizer, I seen black water coming out of it. I said, what?
You screwed up, man.
So I'm like, why is there black water coming out the UV sterilizer of all things? So I'm like, what? After everything's completely taken apart, I'm like, what? There should be no black water anywhere throughout the system. Why is there black water? Don't know why. I seen some black water. Could it have been that? I don't know. Could it have been ammonia spike? It means maybe something reset it or something. I honestly don't know. I don't know what it was. But it seemed like an ammonia spike. But why would you get an ammonia spike in a tank that's been running for about a year?
But
you know,
you still haven't told us why you did not say, okay, I'm just gonna get rid of this batch.
I just didn't want to deal with it right now. You know what I mean? I think
you're gonna go back in though, eventually.
For sure.
Oh, so you're not a quitter. You just like to you just taking
but for now I'm quitting because you know what? There's a lot going on. Like I said, I paint cars. I got like a 6,000 foot square garage. So you know what I mean? I got a lot on my plate. It's not like I just sit here and wake up. And I'm not saying everybody doesn't have a lot on their plate, but that just adds to it. You know, I have to sit here and run a business myself. You know, like where, you know what I mean, there's people who kind of get up and you know what I mean, just go to work. You know what I mean, and it's just constant thing. Whereas I sit here, I have to run a business. You know what I mean, sometimes some months are good, sometimes some months are bad. You know, and I just didn't want to keep dumping money into it. I just honestly, I said, you know what, I'm kind of fed up. Like I said, I lost 7, and then you know what I mean, if I would have held out for more trying to find the problem instead of pushing the fish out, you know what I mean, the corals were doing good. It wasn't the corals, it was a fish problem. But my thing is, corals look good, don't get me wrong, but fish tank without fish, you know what I mean, it's not a fish.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially when you have all them tangs, you know what I mean, floating around. Them tangs look amazing, nice, beautiful fishes, beautiful. Without, you can have all the color, you can have all the coral, SPS, all you want, and all that. Without them beautiful big fishes, tangs, and all that swimming around, it's not the same. It's honestly not the same. It's the truth. Beautiful. It's not the same. You can call it what you want. You can have 2 nice fishes and you know what I mean, a whole bunch of SPS and all that. It's still not the same. Without the fishes, there is no life in that tank.
That is.
I agree with you 100%.
All right.
I mean, you see that Mike is taking his tank down also. Mike Moda, he's taking his tank down. You took your tank down. I just noticed a lot of people selling their tank.
I see, what's kid with the hat? What's your name?
Aziz.
I see he's got a up and coming tank. Them rocks are very white. I see some green hair algae right there. Them rocks are way too new.
Let me ask you this. You said you're going back in. When you go back in, do you think you're going to be on the apex and the this and the that, or you're gonna go simple with a hang on and just do it plain and simple? What's
So
your thought?
I will be going back simple, but I won't be doing I
Coral?
won't be doing I probably be doing the apex, but I won't be. In all honesty, I'm gonna keep it straight out for real. I think that that'd be more for just temperatures and all that. You need more for redundancy. I'm gonna be using the apex for as opposed to sitting here and really checking alkalinity and all that. You mean because I'm probably gonna do just a softy tank in all honesty, and I just probably everything real invasive. Because anyways, if somebody goes to your house, which is funny, anybody who doesn't know about a reef tank and just you know what I mean it's a tank, what's the first thing they look at? Oh, what's that? You're over here buying these nice frags,
Yeah.
beautiful frags, and they're looking at green star pops and stupid
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's right.
And the
Oh,
clown and the clownfish. And the clownfish. Look at Nemo.
well, exactly.
Right?
Who's not moving this and nobody? No, you know what I mean? And it's great and all to sit here and be like, hey, you know, I got this SPS tank. That's kind of like bragging rights because not everybody can do that. And it's kind of an achievement for yourself, you know, because it's like, oh damn, finally I can keep SPS this and that, you know. But that also comes with a lot of problems, you know. That can just out of nowhere just fall off. And like I said, I was doing the reef moonshine and all that. Everything started coming in, everything was growing. The corals weren't even the issue. Well, least of my issues. It was a fish.
Shelton, question. What's your question? I see you
Yeah,
got
I
that.
got a question for you. So you said that you've been your tank was it's
The what?
glitching a bit, so I don't know if you're hearing me. But you said you've been in the hobby for you had the tank up and running for about a year. How long you been reefing? Like how long you
So
been in the
so
hobby completely?
so my 30. So it's about 3 years. So my 35, I took all the rock work from my 35, and
Hmm.
immediately it wasn't like literally. I had the tank upstairs, and then I had the tank downstairs, the 125. I literally grabbed everything from upstairs to bring it downstairs and just place it directly into the water.
Okay.
So there was no drying out, no dry periods, none of that. They were soaking wet. You know what I mean?
Okay.
There was water all over my floors, all that. They were soaking wet. So I put about 40 pounds of rock, and then the other about 80 pounds, 85 pounds, because I did about a pound per gallon. I ended up getting from a mature tank, which was that rock work was probably about 10 years old.
Okay.
So but then again, you know, like I said, maybe I did put fish in, you mean a little too, 14 fishes and about in about
Is within that time period. I
That's
put a lot.
maybe,
So
maybe. But that's what I'm saying. So the tank was running for maybe about a month, no issues at all, no issues with fishes, nothing. And then literally from one day to another, it just said like I fed them. I feed them like 2 times a day. You mean just everything, nori, everything. Just throw everything dry, cute frozen. I just feed the tank. You mean broadcast feed it, whatever. And then within literally from hours, from one day to another, I went downstairs in the morning, and I never knew fish were that smart. Every morning I would go downstairs, and they would be hovering by the right side of the tank,
they
and
don't.
they already know I'm about to feed them. This particular morning, I'm like, something's wrong. As soon as I got to my stairs, because I'm like, something's wrong. Something's completely off. None of them are hovering towards that area. I said, okay. And I've already experienced catching velvet in the tank, so I already knew something was wrong. So I said,
okay.
something's definitely wrong. This is not normal. Went, dropped food in. They're moving very slow, barely nipping at everything in. And I posted videos, and you've seen our rocks. You've seen them fishes just swarming in,
Yeah.
eating. Tank was doing phenomenal. Within hours, fishes were breathing fast, this and that. I seen nothing, you know. I seen the blue hippo, she looked like she had what do you call it? Um what the hell was it called? See, I completely forgot
Okay.
for just
What's
being out
wrong?
the
What
hobby.
describe it?
It's like
Describe it.
flukes. It looked like flukes.
Okay.
It looked like it, but I wasn't sure. It kind of looked like flukes.
Okay.
They're the first water dip. It's not my first water dip. I first water dipped them before, had no issues. Dropped her first water dip, dropped her back into the tank. By the end of the day, gone. I said, all right,
Okay.
this is crazy because that was the first fish I put in, and I know she was real healthy. She dominated the tank. I said, okay, if she's very healthy and I've never had issues with her, I said this is gonna be a problem for that fish to go out. I said, all right. Next day, within by the end of the day, that one was gone. By the next day, I seen a couple fishes more breathing fast, this and that. I said, okay, this is becoming an issue now. I'm not gonna chase it. By the time I chase it, you never know. I've got work to do still. I can't just because I work for myself, I can't not just go in either. You know what I mean? When I told somebody they have an appointment at a certain time, this and that, I can't really pay attention to the tank right then and there.
Yeah.
So
So
I said, you know what?
Question for you, Bobby. I don't mean to cut you, but if you could mount it up to that one thing that made you quit, like what would it be? Is it because you lost a lot of stuff at once? Is it because you were?
I would say the aggression of losing everything all at once.
Okay.
Well, it was I didn't lose everything all at once, but the first time that I caught velvet, just kind of losing everything all at once. 7 fishes, about $500 worth. I mean, there's things out there way more expensive, but that still stings. $500, and it wasn't even about the money. In all honesty, it was about these fishes are the first fishes I've had when I first started the hobby.
Yeah.
It was more to that, because the 500, it was whatever. We lose SPS pieces all the time. We fucking throw them to the side. That wasn't the issue, and it was more of the issue of damn. You know what I mean? I lost 7 at first, and then you mean about 5 months later. 6 months later, I'm to the point where I'm about to lose another almost 14. That stings. It definitely stings, and nobody wants to do that. So then you know what I mean? You build up this aggression and all that, and just like, you know what? I'm over it. I'm gonna take it down. And that's just what it was. I just didn't want to pay attention to it then and there. But the tank still. Matter of fact, look, I'll go to my garage real quick so you can see. The tank still
into the garage. So I believe in. I could never give my tank up. I'm just going to tell you now. So I want between Shelton and Aziz, I want you to give me a few reasons why people quit, and I'll tell you why I wouldn't quit. Go ahead, give me a reason, whatever the reason is. All right, that's a nice setup, man.
Yeah, that is nice. Go ahead, Aziz.
You know what? In all honesty, don't say nothing, but I think I might end up redoing it right down here in the garage.
Told you he wasn't. See,
I might go Fowler, but I might just fish only in live rock. But
we take breaks, but we don't quit.
I'm quitting for now. I'm taking a break. But
take a break.
Yeah, I might end up just taking this break, and then just go. Just take it real slow this time coming around. I'll probably put 2 fishes every month or so. I'll probably just
listen. You've been in this hobby long enough to know patience, man. Patience.
But I know, but I mean, like I said, it could have been anything. It could have been the UV sterilizer. Why was there black water in the UV sterilizer? It could have been in the
ammonia. A reason just about the UV thing though, Bobby, is you can remember though is did you plug the UV out in time? Because sometimes maybe you plugged other things out and the UV was still just running. If it had water sitting in it and it's plugged in and it wasn't circulating through it, you know what I mean?
So the UV runs 24/7 on slow.
Yeah,
my UV. The reason why I got the UV and I ran it on fast was to get rid of a dino problem. And then I cranked it down all the way down. Dino problem got taken care of. I cranked it all the way down to the bottom. Now, so make sure no parasites or nothing. So the UV was always running, like I said.
Yeah,
but there shouldn't have been black water coming out of that thing.
Okay.
All right, but man, glad that you came on and you gave your reason why. I was hitting up Mike. Mike said the reason why he's getting out of the hobby is because work and family. Mike,
is it a reef tank or is it just fish?
The mixed reef. Yeah, the mixed reef.
That's bull. I have a family. Mike, you don't even have grandkids. I got grandkids. They're upstairs driving my wife nuts right now.
But
you're gonna leave Mike alone, man. You're gonna leave Mike alone,
it depends though. It depends because you know what? Some people It depends how much time you actually want to dedicate, you mean, to your family and all that. It depends, you know.
I
If,
got
if
your back, Mike. I got your back. I got your back. Listen, I get it though.
Listen, I don't think no one's wife out here is as, I would say, outgoing and needy as my wife. My wife loves to go out. My wife loves to do things. We literally went to Hawaii, left Hawaii, and got on a plane the week after to go to Arizona. And this baby right here, listen, it will never come down unless I'm
how
going big.
long, how long has your tank been running?
Damn, how long, Shelton? I don't even know. 3 years? And this baby will never, unless I'm going up.
So you started with that tank.
No, I started with a
30, 35,
like a 30,
38.
something there. Then I went to a 75, and then Jason's was a 75, the one I got from Jay, right? 75, and then I got a 75 plus it was like a 50-gallon frag tank, and then went to this baby right here. And unless I'm going to like a 300-gallon, I will never have a tank out of my house, even if I
Right now, so right now, my main focus right now, we're gonna buy a house, and then once we buy a house, even my girl was mad that I took down the tank. She's like, "Are you sure?" Blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And she don't give a fuck about the tank. She's right there. She don't care about the tank, but she was mad because of all the time and work I put into it. She's went to Reefer Palooza with me the past going on 3 years. We drove all the way to Jersey. You know what I mean? From Connecticut all the way to Jersey. So she was like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, you know, but we're gonna buy a house." And I said, "Hey, once we buy a house, I'll probably put a 300 in the wall, make a room, since I'm pretty handy, and just have it flat out against a room. And that might just be softies and just you know what I mean, just angels and this and that. You know what I mean? I want beautiful fishes, even though with a retain you could. But you're limited. Like, who doesn't like them angel fishes and all that? Who really doesn't? Let's be serious. There's certain fishes you can't have. There's certain fishes you can't have with certain corals.
look at these babies. Yeah,
Those are beautiful. Yes.
That is true.
yeah, right.
You know, well, you know, I have to say though, you know, as for the reasons why people break down, you know, some people completely quit. Like they literally just stop. They don't have nothing to rethink at all.
Reason. Give me reasons why people quit, and I will give you a solution for that reason. Go ahead. Give me a reason.
Everything dies at once. Everything dies at once. What solution is there to that?
You figure out what the problem is and fix it. I had a tank, clownfish were breeding, had babies, beautiful. I had 3 Holy Grail torches. 3 Holy Grail torches. My dumbass did not know how to use what is it called?
Kick.
No,
Yeah.
not kick. What's the other
Just an egg treatment. Yep.
No, what the flatworm exit. Flatworm exit. I pour flatworm exit into the tank, not knowing you're supposed to get as many of them out as possible, or they do release that toxin that kills. Wiped out my whole tank, including my Holy Grail torches. Did I give up? Ta-da! Next
See, okay. I've had 2 incidents in a matter of about a year.
No, your 2 incidents don't compare to Mike.
You know,
I don't know anybody who has started over a tank as many times as Mike Moto has, and never been up until now.
Mike's been through some stuff.
I had 2 incidents. I didn't give up. I'm taking a big break. I didn't give up, but I'm just saying I had 2 incidents in a matter of what, like 6 months. I had 2 incidents of fish.
I like that. Taking a break though. Don't say you're giving up. Don't say you're quitting. Give me another reason.
I gave up for now. I need a break. Because it gets stressful. You know, 14 fishes and you're like, damn, what the hell, this and that. Like, it gets. You can't lie. This hobby gets stressful as hell sometimes.
Also amazing. You know, listen, right here, I have a couch right here, right in front of me. And I lay here, and you see that door over there? None of my family comes through that door. This is my zone.
You see this? You see this? What's this? What's this still hanging through here? You can tell me what this is.
That's an RO water?
RO line.
What do you think my tank was at? What do
That's
what?
like,
Look,
I don't
hangers are
know.
still there.
And
It used to be. The couch used to be right here, and I used to lay right here all the time. Every time after work, tired as hell, lay right here, and the tank would be right beside
but
me.
what are you gonna do now?
You you know what I do now? I spend my money and I'm getting photography equipment right now, so I'm jumping into something else.
You're jumping out of the
Get, but
The
yeah, but
money will be spent somewhere
well,
else. I'm getting photography equipment right now as we speak. I'm actually starting. I'm in the process of starting a YouTube channel.
Oh, you can come take some pictures of this beautiful, amazing looking tank right here when you're.
And we could. Once I get everything. Listen.
as he just, as he's
Once I
laughing.
get everything plugged in, and we definitely could. So that's about it. That's about it. You know, like I said, I just don't want to deal. I deal with a lot, man. I have to get my own parts. You know, I have to order parts. I have to paint people's cars. I got to do estimates. Like it's a lot. It's a lot.
So,
I mean, with social media and all that, it's not like back then. We're always constantly on our phones nowadays. It just becomes a lot.
You can still get a small all-in-one and call it a day. That's all
No,
I'm saying.
what? No, and in all honesty, what I might do, because I was thinking about it last night. I said, damn, I fucking miss my tank. I really miss my tank. Like, I thought about maybe just getting a CSB and just starting a tank. You mean just with them CSBs, 2 clowns, and just
That's it. That's all you
so,
need. That's what I have in my.
so,
maybe a
so
small
the thing is,
one and maybe make some money off them bad boys splitting.
the thing is, there's always a rational reason to quit, and there's always another rational reason to stay in. You know, so
You see the guy over in this corner here? Don't be a him. He's a quitter. I
Listen,
don't know.
listen.
Well, I see
Listen,
how it's always different.
Rox goes to work and he still listen. Rox goes to work and he still takes breaks. Remember that.
Listen,
When you go to work, you take breaks. Listen,
so,
I never quit. I never quit. I just kind of push back, step back a little bit, and just seeing, okay, what the hell did I do wrong? I gotta do this
I
again.
must
what you say?
say, Bobby. I must say, Bobby, real quick though, that I've been doing in the hobby for 24 years. I've been in the hobby,
That's longer than
and
I've been living.
and I kid and I kid you not, bro. I've lost so many things. Sometimes just thinking about the things I've lost, it kind of like blows my mind. And yes, there are times when I broke my system down. There are times when I've downsized. There are times when I literally like piggyback off of other people's tanks, like go and enjoy their system because I couldn't have one at the moment. There are times when I could only do fish, and times when I can only do corals. Times when so there are multiple stages and times where you can, you have different mindsets at that moment. Maybe it's you don't have enough time to deal with the tank. Maybe you don't have enough space. You have enough energy. Maybe it's the finance, the loss of of losing so many things that sometimes
So
is
it wasn't
detrimental.
none of that. In all honesty, it was just the aggravation of
Yeah, so it's the
like
detriment of
you get.
it's the detriment of
Yeah,
losing a lot of things.
you get fed up with things in life sometimes, and it's like damn, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you take. I mean, sometimes you get tired of work too, and you just, you know what? Let me use my vacation time and kind of, just
Yeah.
walk away from this for a bit, and then we'll be back at this another time.
Need a break every now and then. All right, Bob. Thank you very much for
So,
jumping in and giving us your reason, man. We're gonna wrap up in a little bit, but I
yeah.
just want to wrap up with and Aziz, bro. Hurry
No,
up and
now
get back in.
we not about to wrap up right now because I want to hear him talk about his tank. What's up with your tank? When do you start?
All
I
right.
start.
So give me why people get out, and I'll tell you a reason why they can, how they can stay.
You gotta be careful.
Now, say that again.
Give me a reason why people get out of the hobby, and I'll give you a solution on how they can stay. Any reason.
I mean,
You already
there's a solution. There's a solution for everything. There's a literal solution for everything. It becomes on the person. Do they want to deal with that?
no, that
Just becomes on that. Do they want to deal with it? Some people just don't want to deal with certain things. Like I said, and for me, I just didn't want to deal with I didn't want to deal with it. You know what I mean? Every single day, I'm walking down this. I just kind of didn't want to deal with it. I want to take a break. As you can tell, the tank. You know what I mean? I haven't even kept bumping the post. The tank's still downstairs. The sun's still downstairs. I might just, you know what I mean, like I said, you know what I mean, we might get back into it. I might just grab some live rock from Hani or probably a few of you guys. Hey, I'm trying to get back into the hobby. Give me some free rock or something.
Something. You got your computer on? Or
Yeah.
you have yours?
Yeah, I
Can you jump on Hidden Gems real quick and just give a few of the reasons why people say they get out of the hobby? And once you jump on, I'll like I said, people travel a lot. I travel a lot. I love to travel. My wife loves to travel. Apex is the best friend. You can do anything with your Apex from anywhere in the world. I've literally been in Jamaica, and I can see if my tank was topped off. If my I don't trust the Solidity probe, so I don't really look at that. Which Solidity is not.
The worst thing they've made out of there.
Yeah.
That Solidity probe is terrible.
They're terrible for Apex. I could feed my fish because all my fish eat pellets. So I feed my fish from anywhere in the world. I can see everything, my temperature in my display and in my sump. So if you have issues where you're traveling a lot and you don't have time, you have auto water changers. You can literally set up a dose to change your water for you.
But how much is that stuff though? Like,
It's so good.
Say what? Say it again, Aziz.
how much is the Apex system? Like for me, an Apex system for a 20
Listen,
gallon.
let me tell you something. Before you even ask about the Apex system, keep it simple. Once you get into that Apex game, you will be going down the rabbit hole. Keep it simple.
That's what I've been trying to do, but like it's like you said,
Don't
like,
listen to rocks. Don't listen to rocks. Listen, keep it simple. Once you hit the Apex game and you start going down the rabbit hole, it's over. That's it. You're gonna want everything. The best tank I had was this tank, don't get me wrong. But as far as enjoying and not being stressed out, I think the last tank. It was simple. It was just like yours, little 35, simple tank, and I enjoyed it. I had a flame hawk fish, I had like probably like 5 fish in total. Tank ran phenomenal. Phenomenal.
The thing is, he just came up from a 7.5, and I'm telling you now, before the year end, he's gonna go up. He's gonna go.
He's gonna want to. You're gonna want to. You're definitely gonna want to. What I'm telling you is, you can keep it simple though. Once you start messing with all the gadgets, that's where it's gonna get you.
But I mess with the gadgets, and my tank is doing phenomenal.
I never said that. But how much money you had invested into your tank?
It's a whole nother story. We're not.
You can't even say it on camera is the crazy part.
No, it does cost, but that's what I tell people. Before you go out there and buy a or an Achilles tag or whatever it is, spend on the equipment. Get your equipment, get it sorted out correctly, and then you go and buy these things. Take your time.
You're absolutely right. If you are a traveler, how he is, get an Apex system.
Mike said,
Matter of fact,
who you gonna hook up, Mike? Who you wanna hook up?
matter of fact, if you're looking for an Apex system, I have one right now. Inbox me.
No, keep that. I want you to keep that one. Keep that
You're
one.
so adamant. Listen, since you're so adamant about an Apex system, inbox me and I'll personally deliver it to you.
You hear that?
Since that's what you want to do.
It's worth it. I don't care what no one says. That Apex.
It definitely is. It's warned me many times about certain things. It definitely is. That I can tell you, it's worth it. I'm just saying, if you get into Apex system, just an Apex system, keep it simple. Once you get the system, you're gonna buy the million gadgets. If that's not what you want to do, don't even get into it.
All right, Kevin, go away with your hydros. I mean, you know what? I shouldn't say that. No matter if you got a system, you have to have a whether it's hydros, whether it's Apex, even what's that old system was called? I can't remember the name of it, but they had this old system. It worked amazing. Shelton, I think you still have some of the pieces. It's like old it's like a before Apex they were going, and it worked
Yeah.
also. You know, so whatever you
I'm trying
have,
to
get some
remember the name of that. Yeah.
and get a monitoring system on your tank. Again, you know, I have my wife. My wife is Shelton knows my wife. My wife loves to go out, loves to do things. Guess what? I have my time when it's tank time. Okay, it's not every day, but at least every Sunday, I take. There's days I literally don't even get to come down here and see my tank. The days, like a day, I mean days where I do not see my tank.
Crazy.
So for someone to tell me, oh, I don't have time for my tank, that means you did something wrong. Your beginning setup was not set up correctly to where you can say, listen, if you get sick and you're in the hospital, the tank will be able to run itself for at least a week without you being around it. I can be away from my tank for a week without even touching. And my son knows all he has to do is turn on the RO water and fill the bucket up down here, the tank down here, and that's all
And
he
that's
has.
from itself. Yep.
The tank would feed itself and everything on its own. So
You're
again,
correct. No, you're definitely correct. It's just like I said. It's just it's how much you're willing to take. You know, and I just
but you
if
don't
maybe that tank ran. I no lie. If my tank ran maybe to the end of this year, and then I had that problem, I probably would have never even backed off. I would have looked for the problem for sure. But back to back, it felt so soon. You know what I mean? It just felt so soon, back to back. Velvet, 3 months later, you mean like 5 months later, you mean then you have the issue, you mean another issue with the fish. It wasn't even corals, it was with the fish. That felt so soon in between because it felt like I just, had that issue. So that was the biggest thing. It was just a back to back thing. If it wasn't back to back so close, I definitely would have looked into the issue for sure. If it wasn't back to back like that, but I mean things happen. That what?
No, Shelton, did you pull it up?
Yeah, I'm typing it. I was gonna send it into the to the chat.
The first one. What's the first reason? Who was the first
First,
person?
first, the first person. Hold
First
on.
person. It doesn't matter. What's the first reason why people quit?
First reason, loss of corals and fish.
I mean, it happens. I've lost so many corals. I've lost so many fish. Everyone out here knows how much at one holy grail tours were.
I don't think that's one reason to quit. A coral, I don't think that's one reason to quit.
No,
Me personally,
they're talking about abundance of.
you have to. That tank has to crash for me to sit here and be like, I'm quitting. For coral,
But
fish is gone, and you're quitting right now.
but Bobby, you do have some. You do
a lot
have
of fish.
corals. You do have some corals.
That was a lot of fish.
Yeah, you do have some corals that people do value just the same as fish. I have pieces that I've watched grow from really small pieces, and I'd be extremely hurt to see them go, which have happened. When they die, you're really hurt because you had them from they were really really small, and it's not just the financial cost, like the actual value of it, the monetary value. It's the attachment that you have to it. Yeah. So that's one thing. All right. So the next thing is
I value fish more than the corals. Don't know why. I just value fish more than the corals. And the crazy thing is the fish are cheaper than the corals.
it depends.
There you go.
It depends.
That
It depends. Though.
You're right, but the fish that I put into the tank are cheaper than the coral.
What's the next
Yeah.
one, Shelton?
The next one is time to take care of the system.
Again, set your system right from the get-go. Don't go out there and be in a hurry to go buy a Walt Disney or a Orange Passion or whatever the heck that's called up there. Don't go in a rush to buy those. Take your time, get the proper equipment where the tank can help itself if you're not around. If your heater goes dead, it notifies you. If your heater stays on too long and your system is overheated, it notifies you, and that plug will turn off to turn the heater off. Your water changes. You have a water tank, get a dose. There's people are selling doses out here now for like $200 on their Apex. You get a dose, one head out, one head in. You literally just press the button and your tank is doing a water change on its own. How much time do you really need? You can sit and watch basketball while your tank is doing a water change. You get auto feeders. I'm telling you, like I literally, there's days where 4 or 5 days I don't even see my tank. And I know the fish are getting fed because the feeder is running. It's getting dosed because my dosers are on. And I can sit at work, sit wherever I'm at on the way to work when I'm getting Dunkin' Donuts and just do a quick run through of my Apex to see, okay, this is closed, this is closed, this is open, this is there, this is how much the temperature is, this is how my Trident tells me how much calc, whatever. If it's too high, I turn it off. If it's too low, I pump a little bit in there. Yeah. Again, next is Shelton. Please, I'm giving you guys this because I'm telling you, I got this. What's the next one?
The next one is space. Some people, they don't have the space. Someone said they don't have the space for it.
No, talk about. I'm gonna answer that one. I'm gonna answer that one. But how you don't have the space, but you put it in there in the beginning?
Well,
exactly.
You know, but you have to think though. Sometimes people's family expands. Maybe they put it there and it becomes an issue. Maybe it's in the way. You have kids. Maybe they're, it's in somewhere that you're cleaning. So, yes, sir.
I watch YouTube and there's a guy who has a mason jar that's an aquarium. A mason jar. Have you seen the minis? Amazing.
Small little pieces, the small little
Exactly.
I've seen all types of things.
Exactly.
That's true.
Again, next question. What's the next reason?
So next one is the system crashes.
I mean,
that one hurts. No, that one hurts. Listen, that one hurts. I think that's a reasonable reason. I think that is a legitimate reason.
Aziz, if that right now, would you give up?
He hasn't been in it long enough. He's not gonna give up. He hasn't been in it long enough.
First of all, can you explain to me what a crash is? Like, define what a crash is.
Hold on, real quick. That's the reason why I asked him though, Bobby. He hasn't been in there where he's put in like a lot of time, a lot of effort to where it's like, damn, I've been doing this. I can't give up now. So he's just starting out. And if it crashes, it's like, oh, screw it, whatever. I'm done. Let me move on to the next hobby. Let me go take photos.
It could be, but it also could be, depending on his passion for it and his drive, it can be the opposite. Oh, I just got this too much. I just got this a month ago, 2 months ago, man. Let me just throw more fishes in there.
Tank crashing is like everything in your tank dies.
Oh.
Everything.
So that's the big thing.
He hasn't put it.
So
he hasn't went through that.
I wouldn't quit only because I know Shelton and the Rocks is right there for me to help me start back up. But if they weren't there, if I was doing this by myself and I didn't know them, I would have gave up. But they've always been there to help me.
You think you really would have gave up? You really think you would have gave up?
I would have gave up if they weren't there.
Why not do the research and all that if you just started?
Because the amount of money I've already put into it, I wouldn't.
But I'm saying, why not?
Because I didn't make any money off of my tank yet. Like I didn't.
I made nothing off of my tank. I made nothing. In my setup, listen. The crazy part about it, I made nothing off that tank, right? And me just selling a few things, and then I got the tank, I still got the sump and all that. I made about $1,500, and I made nothing off that.
So
I still got like another 2 grand sitting in equipment.
Yeah, but support does have a lot to do with it though, Bobby. Like, when you're going through it and you're not going through it alone, it does help you. That support system of someone saying, hey, you know what, I got you, we'll help you get some stuff back, or let's figure out the reason why. It kind of helps you a lot.
That's where the greedy.
You're right. What? I'm such a person where I don't sit here and depend on people because I've been like let down enough. Like I feel like people are I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the people I've kind of put myself around through life, it's kind of like, hey, I'll help you and don't show up, or hey, I'll help you and then I just put everybody in that category. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From life, you just there on out because when they need it, they want you to jump. When you need it, it's a bit different.
So go ahead,
Shelton and
Bob.
anything I have in my tank, I try to make sure Shelton has a piece. Anything he has, that way if my tank crash, I know he has it, I can get a piece from him. The same thing with Aziz.
And it's the
Shelton,
same thing.
Aziz bought some stuff online. I don't remember where he bought it. And he gave it to Shelton to hold for him to the point where he forgot. And Shelton is like, Aziz has not, he has like some serious patience because he has, I mean, literally like a year. Shelton had it in his tank for the whole time till it grew, and Shelton's like, "Oh, we're gonna cut this up." He's like, "Yeah, just frag me a piece and I'll put it in my tank," and he totally forgot about it.
The thing though is, Bobby, I feel bad though that you don't have that kind of, community, and that's what we're trying to build. We want this to be a community because that's what this is supposed to be. Each one teach one. We learn from each other. We're supposed to be sharing, working together. I'm not saying everyone's supposed to be like cutting everything and sharing with each other. Unless you have someone that you tight with, that's not going to happen. However, we should at least be able to share information. Like, come on, you know what I mean? Like, you have Reef to Reef, you have all these other, sites on Facebook, you have all these forums and stuff. Like, we got to use these as platforms to teach and help each other. You know what I mean? So I know it hurts when you go through these losses. And like I said, man, I've seen, it's summers where I see everything floating to the top, fish dying, corals melting, everything, and I can't do anything. I'm dumping ice in my tanks, and it can't help because it's just, it's water that's not supposed to be there, and they're in shock and they're dying anyway. So I've lost so much, and so I feel your pain. However, just remember though, like, you're not alone, bro. You know what I mean? Don't quit. I know you say you're going to start back up, but for those who are hearing this, if you're thinking about like, man, you know what? Think about your family. They enjoy it too. Think about your friends that come there and they enjoy it vicariously because they don't have a system, and that is something that they come in there and enjoy, and that's therapy for them. Think about your wife that travels with you, like you said, to go and get these corals. So it's not just you that suffer that loss. They suffer that loss as well. My wife may not come to some of these events, but she comes in, she is like, oh, that's what you got, and she'll come back and she'll ask about it. Oh, that piece is growing. I'm like, really? I see it every day. It doesn't look it to me, but she's enjoying it as well. The kids are enjoying it. So just, remember why you do it to begin with. You know what I mean? So as for all these reasons, there's always going to be a reason to quit. I'm telling you, anything could be a reason to quit. But you should have to find the perseverance, got to find the strength, find the source, find that thing that made you want to do it to begin with, and hopefully that can encourage you to stay in and keep going.
Curiosity made me do it. Curiosity.
Shelton killed that one. We just need to close. Just like, all right, that's it. That was like the closing remarks right there. Damn, that was good. I like that. That was really good. See, now you can't even leave the hobby now after that, Bob.
Don't leave, man. Don't leave, man. Mike, don't tell that tank, man. Stay in, man. For all of you, man.
Right? This is about to happen. I'm going to take this break. I'm going to take a long break, right? I'm going to still stay in the groups and all that. I'll still join lives and all that. I don't care. But the minute I need some live rock, just know both of y'all, I don't want to hear nothing. You guys will be donating to the Live Rock Association.
You know what? Honey, give him some live rock.
I just gave Honey all the rock. He's the one who took all the rock with.
That's what we'll do. We'll make sure we post it, and whoever got some, we'll see if we can spread the word. So we'll bring the community.
We just gotta make sure. I'm gonna just make sure I take a look at those tanks before I put anything into my tank.
No, definitely.
Anything. Oh, let me see your tank. Oh yeah, your tank's not good enough for me to put even free rockets on this tank.
My baby's right here. The only thing left is my gem tank. That's it. Only.
You gotta enjoy it.
I know somebody in Massachusetts.
I know.
I think he charged.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Listen, just remember, man.
Shelton and I are riding up there a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, we're gonna ride up there. But listen, just remember, man. Regardless of what system you have or whatever tank you have, you gotta enjoy it. All right. A lot of us we forget.
I enjoyed it, and then I've also been frustrated.
Yeah, it is frustrating, man. It's gonna be frustrating, but you gotta enjoy it because if you lose it, you're like, you know what? I did enjoy it along the way. You know what I mean? So do that.
When there's more reasons on there, Shelton, I just want to make
Uh,
sure we catch all of the,
It's
because
just stuff
people.
like moving. People move. You know, people move. Sometimes they break them
Listen,
down.
I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
I will hit you guys up.
All right, man.
Nice talking to you guys.
Bobby,
Much,
thank
man.
you for
When I
joining us,
get back
man.
into it, I'm telling you, Rocks, I am hitting you up for some of those rocks.
Listen, I got. I'm gonna give you two
Listen,
pieces.
correction, reef rocks, okay?
We're gonna
Reef
have a
rocks.
lot
Reef
of
yes, reef rocks. Listen, you guys enjoy it. You guys enjoy it for me. I'm out of here, man. You guys have a great night.
all right, you too.
Take care,
Well,
Bobby. All right, bro.
all right, Shelton, man, I love that closing remark you just made, though. But we're
Yeah.
gonna, Aziz. Like I said, take your time. I love the fact you're taking your time because that's one of the biggest mistakes we make in this hobby. Everyone wants to rush. They go out and they see Dory, they see Nemo, they see all these fish, and they want to hurry up and throw them in the tank. And then when they don't make it, this hobby is too expensive. It's too much work. It's too much this. Take your time. Do not rush. Okay? I mean, there's all kinds of ways to do things, and in this one, you have to do it with patience. That's what I think. Like I said, of course you're never gonna have everything that's gonna stay alive in your tank. There's things that are gonna be dead, and you just don't know why. You know what I mean? Things are gonna die, and you have no reason why it's dying. You don't know why, but I mean, the best bet is keep on persevering, keep on pushing, and keep on doing your thing. And that's it. That's all. I don't know what else to tell people. I've been in the hobby for a very long time, and my tank, I've took a whole bunch of losses, a whole bunch. And since I've done things differently, where I'm taking my time and making sure I have the right equipment, I was terrified to buy fish at Petco. I'm not even gonna lie to you, terrified. And I buy fish now from anywhere, and because my system is correct, my water parameters is on point, and I feed very, very healthy, I have no problem. I will buy fish anywhere from anyone, and it will do great in my tank. So that's it. Shelton, that was a good one.
Yeah, I think it's a big issue. I know we're joking through it, and of course we're humorous, and that we can't help but do that. That's just how we are. But again, for the people that are going through it, guys, I know you have your reasons. We understand, we empathize, we sympathize with you. Again, this is a community. For the guys we know and people we don't. Just remember though that, again, you're not alone. Take a second before you pull it down. Talk to your family too. Sometimes it's not just you that's feeling it. Maybe, again, your loved ones, or people around you. Maybe your kids, like, enjoy it, and you pull it down, and they're like, yo, daddy, mom, mommy, why you do this? You know what I mean? So you got to think about that too. You know what I mean? You invest a lot in it. When you pull it down, everything is gone other than the equipment. So all that time that you put in, it's now gone. If you don't have a choice and there's no option, then yeah. And I know we're kind of advocating for people to keep their tanks because we love it and we want everyone to have that same sentiment, that same feel, and and enjoy it the same way we do. And it hurts when you have people leaving the hobby.
Just to piggyback, sorry to cut you.
Yeah.
But just a quick story. So when I set this tank up, it's a bigger tank, and I have a little 30-gallon all-in-one in my living room. And my wife used to always complain about this tank. How the tank is in the way because she could have put a nice table over there, blah, 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 blah. And when I set the tank up, I said, you know what? I'm going to take that tank down. I go up there one day with a bucket ready to pull this tank down, and she looks at me, what are you doing? And I said, well, I'm taking the tank down so you can put your table over here. Who told you to take the tank down? I'm looking at like, you was complaining. You could have put a table there in the living room. And she's like, do not touch the tank. And the tank is still there to this day. Yeah. And this was 3 years ago. And the tank can't move now because now she loves the tank more than I do. I don't even look at it. And like she'll walk by, are you going to clean the glass? And I showed her like the what is it called? The flipper. And I said, if you want to clean the glass, the flipper is right here. You just pull it across the glass. And I look at her like, you was literally fighting me about this tank being here where you could have put a table in the living room, and now she doesn't want it down. So definitely agree with Shelton on that one. You know, it's
It's
not
not.
about
No, it's not just because today I was cutting a piece of plastic with a Dremel in this room, like about 10, maybe about 8 feet, 10 feet away from the tank. My wife walked in and said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm cutting something with the Dremel," and she says, "Not with the fumes in the room with the fish tank." You know what I mean? And I just looked at her. I'm like, okay, I won't do it again. Because she was like, she knows how much it means to me, and also she loves the tank. She loves the system. So when she sees me doing something, she's like, wait a minute, you're the person that's always saying this, this, and this, but you're doing that. You should know better than that. That's pretty much, she put me on spot because she enjoys it as well. So, again, guys, I know it's rough, but if you have to take a break, take a second, let the tank just run with the water or something until you're ready to get some stuff back in it. But you don't have to completely pull the tank down because of a loss. You could just let it ride out whatever it is. Parasites die. Treat it. Find the source. Use the time to treat it and make sure you correct the issue. Because sometimes you take a break and you set back up. You never saw that issue to begin with, so you're just setting it back up and you're just perpetrating that same thing. You're gonna go back and have that same exact issue happen again. So find it. You know what I mean? And then you can slowly. I had a simple issue. I think I told you guys about it. Salt level.
yeah.
Simple. My meter was bad. All right, just wasn't. Kept every time I checked my salt salinity, it was it was saying it's right, but it wasn't, and I lost. How many fish I lost? Ron, I lost so much fish. I lost torches. I lost azoa. I lost so much coral and fish, all because of my salinity. Talk about torches. I lost so much stuff. But what did I do? I found out what the issue was, and then I slowly fixed it, and now I can enjoy it again and put that behind me. So, guys, just don't quit. All right? I'm not calling you a quitter. All right? Rock, stop calling them quitters. All right?
How about breaker takers? How about that? Breaker takers. Take breaks. And Aziz hasn't been through any major losses. But what did you take away as someone who's new into it? What did you take away from today? Anything?
Yeah, there's always a solution to whatever problem you have.
There's, I,
Yeah,
that's a man. It's a man over there. There's always a solution.
Check.
Always. You
Check.
understand? No matter what the issue is, there is a solution. All right? Whether you're fighting a parasite, whether your fish are dying, there's an issue, and you just need to find an
Gotta
issue.
solve it.
You do not have
Well
to quit.
said.
All right? I like that, Aziz.
None of a few words. You go, Aziz.
We're going to end with that. There's always a solution to any
There's a
problem.
solution. Well said.
All
All
right?
right, guys.
All right.
Thank you guys for joining us. Take care.
Same time, same place. Sorry about being a little late today, but had to run in from work.
Don't worry.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Take care.
I see.
See you guys next time. Peace.